everybody here right now. We have 3 million viewers in the house. Huwag kakalimutan po i-subscribe and also to like our live stream. We shall be starting at 4 p.m. And our guest for today is from University of Baguio. Mega shout out to Sir Jumel of UB. So kung kayo taga-UB, kaway-kaway. Alright? So see you later at 4 o'clock. Relax muna tayo sa music. Happy weekend, everyone.
fly without a boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I'd be moving fast. Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star. Time to show 'em who's in charge. Call me a shooting star. Shooting stars. Didn't even get to cross. Too far, get it gone. You're looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad, I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast, didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We aren't hating because you aren't. Shining like it's neon, rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, them amateurs have to leave. Shooting stars across the galaxy. I stand out, so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, them amateurs have to leave. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting. Yeah, shooting shots. Shooting stars. Didn't even get to cross. Too far, get it wrong.
bound only by frozen memories. Get away, get lost. It's hard. Racing on these broken dreams. till you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Find your way back home. Don't let me
What's the plan? Because I'm live already.
drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown.
But wait lang, where will the students go?
Sir, actually, they're live.
I think ay Sir Ferds po ito, no? Sir Ferds?
So you find your way back home.
Fern Bagay. Okay.
Yeah. Are we friends?
Let me check. Fern Bagay. And this, sir, you're the one with with the family girlfriend, sir.
Yeah, that's my wife.
Wife. Okay, sorry, sir. Okay. Ayan, so I sent you a message request. Tapos, this one is yes, sir. So wala na
Ilipat ko na lang sila mamaya para sa part 2 kasi yung part 1 is ito eh.
Yes, bartending, the formal, and mindset that I'm ready. Kasi yung load din nila, that's another concern natin. Ano talaga. And then I told Sir Joel, with the students who like to avail of a certificate with my signature for 2 topics, I'll give them separate certificates. I can charge 50 for each one. And then, yeah. Yes, ako din sa Google. Alis na ako dito. Okay. Hello. Okay, so hello everybody. Toma Sessions. Today is a very special session because we shall be conducting a webinar for our students from Baguio. Sir Hernan, I think you don't have audio. I can't hear you. Yan.
Hello, Sir Richie.
There
Yes,
you
I'm
go.
here.
Perfect. Yan.
I'll turn on my camera as well. Ayan. So, yun. Naka-live na ba tayo dyan, sir?
Hindi pa sir, hindi pa. Behind the scenes pa lang,
Hindi
yung
pa.
boses pa lang natin
Behind the
naririnig.
scenes pa.
Oo. So,
I'll
yeah,
just share.
welcome. Kasi what I do normally is I play with OBS. So, just to give you a briefing, so Toma Sessions kasi is a 1-year-old channel officially. And then, this is where we conduct webinars as well as contents about bartending. Anything and everything about bartending. So, it's an honor na finally natuloy din tayo. And yun, at least the topic is very relevant, especially itong wine sommelier because, well, mamaya ko na sasabihin, maraming mga updates kasi with regards to that eh. So, I can't wait.
No, I'm just transferring the students. I'm asking them to transfer to
Sige.
your YouTube page.
Pwede naman natin, yun, the link can be shared so that if you want to drive traffic din sa pwede naman natin i-promote. With your signal, ko na, ilalive ko na yung cam natin. Ipapalitan ko na to,
Siguro, let's just see how many people. Siguro, pag nag-50, kasi parang 200 na sila.
Okay, yan. That's the new normal.
Tama.
New normal na, actually hindi new normal kasi yung punctuality talaga eh.
Ay nako, hanggang sa online no?
At sabi ko nga kay Sir Jumel, siguro may classes din siya. Kanina pa ako naka-on, mga 3:30 pa. Kasi I just want to build the traffic kasi kung may kung na-post na nga yun sa yun sa Baguio, yun sa UB. Kamusta kayo dyan? What's the status? GCQ ba?
GCQ pa rin.
Okay.
But it's getting better compared to like a couple of months ago. Yan, kamusta na?
Eto, officially GCQ, well, I have a new job which nandyan sa intro. Unfortunately, the school will close this year. My school will close. Oo, pero ganun talaga eh. I will focus on YouTube though para mas madawak pa rin ang reach natin. Well, as I said, GCQ, no? Hopefully that will last kasi alam mo naman ng Pinoy, GCQ ngayon after a week baka dumami na naman ang kaso natin. So, let's see what happens kung magtuloy-tuloy na and then hopefully mag face to face. No? Business here is well, overall ala pa rin. Patay pa rin talaga yung mga bars but you can count with your maybe 2 hands yung mga bukas, no? Of course here the law. Mamaya I'll be discussing it also kasi lumalabas ako eh. I go around. Actually after nito I'll go out. Just to check, actually bibili ako milk tea pero titignan ko din yung lugar, no? Like yesterday I've been to one gimmick place dito sa may Santa Lucia. Okay lang naman. The 4 restaurants, 4 establishments with beers. Yan na lang. Kasi you can't really say bar eh. Malabo itong anyway, malabo itong sistema in the sense that restaurant first ka, food first ka, but you can serve beers, di ba? So, pero bawal ang bars. Gets? So, if pwede naman kasi na ayusin lang ng konti so that the bars will be open pero alam mo yun, limited, of course 20% siguro occupancy and then basta mag-order ng food to sit down, not necessarily to mingle and diba? More sit down. Oo. So ewan ko medyo malabo yung natin eh but at least
same thing here eh.
Kamusta ang Session Road dyan?
Session Road closes at around 6. 6-7 in the evening, patay na ang Session Road. Close na yung mga establishments and the like. So, parang hindi Baguio. So, nakakapanibago. And then limited din ang like ang beer ganyan. So like one person can only be served like 4 bottles of beer.
Ay,
Pero
so,
syempre hindi nabibilang.
oo.
Ayan.
So, kamusta ang, ano ba to? Ampersand, yung the camp?
The camp closed.
Okay.
Closed na siya.
Lahat. O yung baba, bukas.
Yung buong ampersand, yung the X marks the spot, lahat yan closed na.
Okay. Eh,
May
yung,
mga konting bar.
ano ba yun? Yung drop out.
Drop out. I never see them operate na.
Okay.
So, hindi ko alam kung nag-ooperate pa sila.
Okay.
2600 operates. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Yung nasa may general one.
Gastropub. Okay. Talaga.
Gastropub. Yeah, pero syempre, hindi ganun kadami ang tao.
Okay.
Yeah. Madami na yung ating viewers. Medyo mabagal lang sila mag
Hello.
mag-click.
Oo. Mag-comment lang kayo guys dyan ng inyong names. Welcome. May 35 na tayo. Yeah, last kasi, well, paano ba? Normally kasi, every week I give a webinar. My last was with Negros. Mabot kami ng 300 viewers. Hindi. Actually, 300, yes. Pero total views namin mabot ng 2,800.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. So, kasi nga, well, I think we're the only one na medyo consistent in terms of giving bartending education, no? Live and online. So, kaya, well, we still need help then to market it. Yun nga dyan, yung mga schools nyo dyan, ewan ko, hindi na ako nabalikan nung iba na ni-refer sa akin ni Sir Nathan. But hopefully, diba, after this, kung ano nyo sila, so at least we can have a more, then with the Baguio people. Tapos, yun nga, I do have a mixology competition, Toma Sessions Virtual Mixology. So, ibang brand na ang gamit ko dito. Hopefully, the Baguio schools will join as well. So, update.
Update mo lang kami, sir. We would love to join.
Oo.
Lalo na ngayon kasi wala talaga mga competitions eh.
Yeah, wala.
Alam mo mga bata gusto na yung mga ganyan.
Yes. Kaya nga eh. So, kaya nga, actually, kahit na pandemic, may mga sponsors naman na for the products. Not cash, but products and ingredients. Kaya lang, syempre, kung sasali kayo, medyo pag-iisipan natin kung paano magiging ito na, nagko-comment sa person.
Dumadami na sila.
Yup, mega shoutout. Sige, shoutoutan ko muna kayo guys while we build the crowd. Okay, mega shoutout to Warren Kent Polmano, Charina Bell Gragasin, John Russell Surat, Rina Elaine Manzano, Kyle Ryubal, Jefferson Hermano, Andrea Alamar, Isa Gapas, Carl Jake Felix, Owen Astrid, Gan, Katrina Fernandez. Good afternoon. Kathleen Benedicto. Okay guys, wag din kalimutan i-thumbs up yung ating live stream. So if you would check beside the live chat note there's also a thumbs up. Okay, so you're 36, so 12 pa lang yung nag-thumbs up. Baka naman. Okay, and also if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button so that you'll be informed on our new and latest videos. Now, welcome to Toma Sessions. This is the most active bartending channel in the Philippines here on YouTube. Ayan, 23 na. Okay, perfect. Sige, actually, we can start pag 50 na sila. So, what we can do is, since this is gonna be recorded anyway, so if the students would like to catch up, pwede naman. They can always view this. Pero lahat ba nung nasa Facebook nandito na? O naligaw pa yung iba?
I think naligaw pa yung iba. Although naka-off na kasi yung sa Facebook para ito lang yung live na page.
Okay, thank you. Alam na rin naman to ni Sir Johnson.
Okay.
Sino na ba, sir, ang
konti
dean
na lang.
natin?
Sir, si Dean Jen pa rin. Jeneline Magpatok is still the dean
Okay.
for University of Baguio.
Alright. Okay, again, welcome to our new pasok. We have, sino ba dito? Rosemary Recto, Juniel Ross Magallanes, Liam, Joreen Abelanes, Aris Bakil Yongko, Welberlin Decawin, Sofia Elise Alan, Zine Mendoza, Sheila Marie Laron, Cleofe Curl Payen. Okay, so guys, again, no, don't forget to like our live stream, and kung hindi pa kayo nagsusubscribe, hit that red subscribe button and ring the bell. Okay, pwede na tayo siguro, sir. I-ano na tayo. Okay, we're going live now. Okay. Yan, live na tayo. So, welcome to Toma Sessions. So, good afternoon. Jenny Dongalaw, Jester Manyawa, Jean Laika Buena. Okay, may mga bagong pasok tayo. Si Lian Hamise Guillermo, Siofe Bagingay, Hostina Chenoa, so who's teaching the subject? Kayo o si Sir Jumel?
Sir Jumel, I'm teaching like one section here, but most of the subjects are taught by Sir Jumel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just check na. Oo, tama. Okay. Ano pala, what's the temperature there? Dito grabing init, sobrang init dito ngayon sa Manila. As in. Diyan ba?
Yeah. Same thing here, but of course, I think hindi ganun kainit katulad ng Manila, no? Pero here it's around 25 right now. And, you know, Baguio, so medyo mainit na para sa amin yun.
Actually, oo nga. Unlike before, naalala ko, talagang pag ano pa lang, at this time, medyo pumipitik-pitik na yung lamig, di ba? At 4:15, 4:30.
Yeah, sana. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so welcome then kay Zia Cabildo, Tricia Cabildo, and then Angelica Miguanzon, Rizalu Awal, MR Lance Dewayen, Prince Ivan Ryan Martinez. Yan. Okay, actually, isa na lang. Ano na tayo? Pwede tayo mag-start. So again, for those guys who just came in, don't forget to put a thumbs up dito sa ating live stream today. And also, don't forget to subscribe. So we are 5,000 plus subscribers and going strong. So with your help, we can reach 6,000 in maybe 2 months. Let's see. No? So sa tulong ng mga taga Baguio, we can make this happen. So paki-subscribe, and also please, if you can share it to your friends, mga nag-HRM dyan, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, we will surely appreciate that, and we give webinars just like this one. Okay, may bago tayong pasok, si Charina Bell Amet, tapos na to, si Miss Gragasin. Okay. Abby Santos. Ayan, siya yung pang 50 yata. Okay guys, pa-check naman natin if yung naririnig yung audio. Can you type Toma, please? If you can hear the audio, please type Toma. For those who are wearing headset, can you please type Toma if you can hear us? Okay, welcome Jester Manyawang. Ano this na? Elzen Luis Gumalog. Please type Toma if you can hear me clearly. Yan, okay. Naririnig naman pala eh. Okay, so may bago tayong pasok. Eto, si Eileen Bautista. Pamela Ingson. Okay, John Russell Surat. Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, I think we can.
Okay, let me just lower the volume. Actually, okay. All right.
Okay, so there we go. First of all, would like to welcome all the viewers for today, right? And we would really like to extend our appreciation, of course, to our speaker for today for sharing. Well, who would be sharing his expertise? You know, the objective of this webinar for the University of Baguio is for our students to actually learn from the industry experts, and who best to call but none other than our speaker for today. And definitely, what we want to achieve for today is for our students to increase their knowledge, right? Increase their knowledge of what is happening in industry, especially so that there are a lot of changes right now that's happening, and we want them to learn more from the industry experts. So I think there's nothing else to say, but I'd like to give the floor already, of course, to our speaker for today, Sir Richie Cruz.
Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sir Fernando. Fernan, thank you for having me. Shout out to Sir Jumel, wherever you are. I hope you join us. And of course, shout out to all the students out there. Now, you might be wondering, no, why not in Google Meet? Why not in Facebook Live? Basically, if you can see, with the two of us are in front of you right now. So mamaya, if anyone wants to come up after the webinar, okay, or after my talk, so I'll let you come up and ask questions. So I'll put the link in our chat, no, down there. So again, I would like to ask everybody to like, no, subscribe to our channel, Toma Sessions, and you know, feel free to share it also to your friends. Now, I'll give you first an introduction what Toma Sessions is all about. Now, Toma Sessions is actually a channel here on YouTube. It's a 1-year-old channel that is actually all about bartending. Okay? And later on, you'll find out paano, no, how did Toma Sessions rise, or how was it born? Now, first off, I would like to tell you something about myself, no? And let me just share with you there. Okay, share natin. I'll share with you a little something about myself, okay? So, I don't know if you can see it. Wait, ha? Okay, wait lang guys. Let me just share screen. Ah, okay. I know now. Wait lang guys, ha? Eh, this is the part of live ito eh. Okay. All right. So can you see it? Wait, let's refresh lang. Ah, hindi siya ano. Okay. Sige. All right. So let me just share something about myself, no. So first off, my name is Richie Cruz. I am a graduate of University of the Philippines as a BS HRM student way back pa yan, mga 1990s, 98, no, to be exact. Then after that, I worked in a bar called Virgin Cafe in Tomas Morato. So it's a bar that has bands playing. Okay, and then during that time in Tomas Morato, we are the hottest place to go to in terms of the nightlife. Then after that, I transferred to Peninsula Manila. I worked in a hotel as a bartender, and yeah, I actually fell in love with bartending. Now, but to begin with, actually kaya ako naging bartender was because basically I love drinking at the time. When I was in college, I remember I used to, well, my first cocktail that I made was what we call the Wita tea. Wita tea is whiskey, tang, and nesty at the time. No? So, with the tea, three simple drinks lang yon plus ice, 'di ba? At saka tubig. And then I will put that in a Coleman na dinadala namin sa lagoon. Of course, bawal uminom noon sa lagoon, but of course it's Coleman, so they won't dare notice, no, or smell or drink it. So, yun, those are fun memories of college. And then, of course, when I watched the movie of Tom Cruise na yung Cocktails, I was inspired to be a bartender. Okay? For those of you who haven't watched it, Cocktails ang pangalan. Cocktails and Dreams ang pangalan niyang movie na yan. And I'm pretty sure most of the bartenders in my generation, which is the late 90s, early 90s, wouldn't be bartenders if they haven't watched that movie. Now, unfortunately, wala pang bagong movie, no, talaga na makakatalo doon sa movie na yon ni Tom Cruise. But of course, um sana merong magawang pelikula with regards to that. And then, yon, after that, as I said, I work in the hotel, and after the hotel, I worked for a showbiz personality by the name of Ronnie Ricketts and a group of friends, no, in the barn, Katipunan. So I worked there as a bar supervisor. I actually practiced what I learned in the hotel to be able to run a small bar there in Katipunan. And then after that, in between my work, I produced competitions. So the first bartending competition for students at the time, 2001, was called Last Call Bartending Challenge. So it was the first. And if I say the first, nasa history yan, no? In fact, well, although we are based in Manila, dati kasi bawal ang alak sa mga schools. So, but because of my kakulitan and my perseverance, so the some of the universities trusted me, namely PUP, Emilio Aguinaldo, Lyceum. At the time, Saint Co was there. Uh, Sino pa ba? La Consolacion was there, and many more. No, even Our Lady of Fatima was there also. So, and then fast forward, no, I also taught in universities. I taught in schools, the HRM schools such as UP, UST, LaSalle, St. Paul, TESDA, FEU, CEU, and in between, I am I am in between the job. I went to the ship 2005. No, I went to the ship. I worked for Holland American Lines as a wine attendant. Okay. Then, isang kontrata lang ako, bumalik ako dito because I kinda miss the Philippines and I kinda got overworked in my previous job kasi during that time, 1 year ang contract. It was too long, no? Physically, hindi biro ang pagtatrabaho sa barko because you are actually walking on stainless steel. Okay? Stainless steel and body of water kasi yun ang nag-hold ng balance mo. So, iba ang stress no that your feet get no when you walk through that versus solid ground, no? And ayan, when I came back, so as I said, I taught in UP UST and school in Marikina. And then around 2008 2000 to 2010, I worked for Celebrity Cruises as a bartender naman this time. So I was able to practice bartending, my first love apart from wine kasi I did wine because I really wanted to enhance my knowledge when it came to wine, but unfortunately at that time I wasn't able to go to the vineyard because of the season. So pag sinabing season, parang hindi para snow. For example, it's snow season or cold season. So it's impossible for the vineyard to accommodate people to go there. Yan, parang ganyan. And then moving along, so I produced competition again. Well, no, I actually produced an event. So I invited the best world flair bartenders, no, or the best in the world na flair bartenders, namely Tom Dyer, Tomek Malek, and Marek Puslusny here in the Philippines. So it's called the Philippine Beverage Congress. So it's the first, no, and after that, I worked naman for a cruise line again, but this time as a beverage trainer. So I worked for Holland America Lines for about 3 years, and ako po yung in charge sa mga Pilipino na nagtatrabaho for the beverage department in 15 of our ships at the time. No, so yung mga magbabarko diyan, so kaway-kaway, so this topic is actually very relevant for you guys. And kanina kung naririnig nyo ako, even if we're not yet showing ourselves to you, so meron mga updates that you need to know, no, with regards to the topics that we are going to discuss. And then after that, I put up a school. It's called Center for Bartending and Tourism Academy Incorporated. So we are a licensed TESDA school, both training and assessment center at the time. Okay, we lasted, well, this is our third year, but we will close also. We will close this year soon because on the business perspective, talagang naapektuhan tayo nung pandemic, and the best decision is really to close muna, no, for the meantime. So aside from that, um, I am actually I'm the content creator of Toma Sessions, and another thing pala, yun pa pala that you need to know is I joined competitions also. So I'm known also for El Tindero. So that's my signature cocktail that won the first Bacardi Legacy cocktail competition. So I'm the first national champion here in the Philippines. Nakakaapat na yata kami o 5. I'm not sure. I'm also the first Philippine champion for balls around the world online. Pati sa Ancho Reyes din, online competition. So basically bartending is never ending. No, the learning never stops in this profession. And ngayon, actually, it's challenging times. No, it's hard times for some, but hindi tayo pwedeng sumuko. Now, this leads me to our topic for today. Actually, two topics ito, no? The first topic is about, wait a minute. Yan. Wait. Yan. Okay. So the first topic is about bartending in the new normal. Yan. Okay. So anuin ko lang to guys ha. Ayusin ko lang dahil baka malabo. Okay. Lakihan lang natin ng konti. Yan. So, for those who won't be able to catch this, ano naman, recorded naman ito, so feel free to just view it, though, and besides, you can hear my voice anyway. So, bartending in the new normal. Okay? So, again, my name is Richie Cruz, so welcome to our webinar. I would like to make a shout out to Sir Jomel Salva and University of Baguio, no, for giving me the opportunity to talk to you with regards to the profession that I love so dearly. So, kamusta na nga ba, no? So, ayan, I gave you already an introduction. So now let's proceed, no? Pre-pandemic, ano ba yung ginagawa natin? So during that time, one of the things I wasn't able to tell you kanina is I am the producer, also the co-producer of a long time running seminar, well, for HRM students, a beverage seminar, which is called the Bacardi University. I partnered with Bacardi for 7 years. Na unfortunately, hindi natuloy yung mix it up, no? Baguio run lang yung nagawa natin, hindi natin natapos for obvious reasons, no? So I don't know. I don't know what's the plan with Bacardi, but yeah, as far as I know, yun nga, because of the pandemic, we weren't able to push through with it. Now, but it was fun. It was fun because we introduced the concept of the interactive or the talking bartender. Kasi normally guys, alam ko yan na for a fact that most of the HRM students, pagka sinabing cocktail mixing, may pasayaw konti at may pa-flair konti. Now, there's nothing wrong about that. But, okay, at the end of the day, as a bartender, your main job is to mix drinks and to actually explain to the guest what the drink is all about. No? Kaya nga interactive ito. So, and I decided also that, of course, being a hospitality student, you really have to test your communication skills in front of the guest. And alam natin, mahirap yon, ano? And especially pag ninervous tayo and we don't practice. So, of course, what better way to test yourself is than to better than to compete, no, in front of many, well, your colleagues or your co-students. So it was a fun run in for Bacardi University, in the sense that Baguio, okay, yung tatlong schools yun sa Baguio are so, well, I got them to be a very good community, no? Naging magkakatropa ang mga kaibigan natin sa Baguio, SLU, UB, and UC, no? Respectively. And yeah, that's why Baguio will always have a special place, you know, in my heart when it comes to the bartending profession, kasi nga it's of course to travel all the way there from here sa Manila, of course takes also effort, no, literally, because you have to travel like, you know, kung mabilis-bilis magmaneho, siguro 6 hours, 4 hours to 6 hours. And then, you know, diretso ka agad yan sa hotel, you know, you prepare everything, magsiset up kayo, and then you give seminars to the students and stuff like that. So that was what I was doing during the pre-pandemic. Now, another thing during the time is, like I told you, I opened up a school. So this is how our school looks like. It's actually, well, on the left, you can see the first batch. So, pero yan, kasi type A uniform yan. So, I do require them to wear aprons and formal attire or bartender's uniform. And then sa B naman, if we're just doing lecture, so ito yung nasa right side ng screen, no? It was fun. 25 students per batch. No? Sometimes, of course, alam nyo naman yan sa TESDA, minsan mga may nagda-drop or hindi na lang sumisipot. But overall, I'm happy with these students because some of them really became bartenders. Okay? Okay. So, yan. So, as you can see, our school is, I would say, the most serious school in the Philippines, in such a way that we don't shortchange our students in terms of the tools and the brands. Okay? So, kitang-kita nyo, even the way yung sa picture taking natin, no, we're very detail-oriented. Kung mapapansin nyo, just by the hold of the bottle, yung label, the hold of the jigger, and what do you call this? The way they strain, the way they steer, the way they uh, hold, like I said, they hold the bottle, and the way they strain. So it's very detail oriented kasi very important yan eh. We always tell them na ang bartender kasi tinitignan yan. Okay? Kaya nga, the bar is your stage. And with that being said, kailangan, whenever you're on stage, you give your best performance. So, teka ha, okay. Yan, so, another thing I do or I miss, no, especially before the pandemic, was joining competitions in Singapore or traveling. Okay, because of bartending, I was able to travel in different countries. Of course, um, just to make how do you call this? Hindi tayo mayaman, nag-iipon tayo. No, in fact, I picked the cheapest flight. Okay, kasi it's not an excuse uh, when you want something bad. Okay, like ako, I really want to meet friends. I want to learn a lot of stuff when I visit bars, and I save money, so I book in advance. No, wala dito, but I was able to go to New York twice. I chose the cheapest flight, connecting yon, pero sobrang sulit because I was actually able to have a free board and lodging in exchange for doing a shift, no, at the time. And here in Singapore, as you can see, andito ako. Teka, sa may aking I don't know if you can see the cursor, but I am somewhere here. Saan nga ba ako? Saan nga ba ako? Hindi ko makita. Ayun. Ito, Richie Cruz at Cobbler. So I was in the second row, third person with a mustache. So, yan. It was fun times Singapore. Actually, dapat ngayon nasa Singapore kami. No, if walang pandemic, everyone's in Singapore right now. Meeting friends, enjoying the cocktail festival, getting drunk and whatnot. So, yan ang mga isa sa talagang namimiss natin, during the pre-pandemic. Okay, but suddenly March 15, no, tumigil ang mundo natin. Tumigil ang mundo natin ng March 15, literally, no. And I won't forget that day kasi during the time, it was the last week or last day ng aking batch 4, no, for TESDA. So, of course, akala natin it was just gonna be for 2 weeks, but hello, umabot siya ng hanggang ngayon, no? A year na, no? Anniversary na natin. And yeah, a lot of things has happened because of the pandemic. Of course, lockdown, obviously, no? Shut down talaga, especially the hotels, the bars, the educational system, the schools. You can't even buy a beer during that time, liquor ban. No, at the time, if I can tell you, I didn't have a problem with alcohol. Obviously, look at the back, but I had a problem with beer. Kasi walang beer eh. Naubusan ako ng beer. So I had to really look for a place that sells beer. Now, fortunately, I was able to find. But kidding aside, no, it was like prohibition. So for those of you who don't know, prohibition was in the 1920s, 1930s, wherein alcohol was banned in the states, and it was called prohibition era or the Great Experiment, as what they call it. No? And then of course ito, no work. So kami, even if I owned the school, I didn't have work. No, wala estudyante, that was 7 months. That was 7 long months of not doing anything. Okay? And of course, the pandemic brought about uncertainty and anxiety. Ako, I must admit, I was at a depression stage kasi nga, walang trabaho eh. We don't know what we're gonna do. Actually, I was supposed to have a lot of events during that time, pero sa isang iglap, nawala. No? Um, yeah, so, as you can see, the school is empty. Ang layo ng itsura niya from this picture to this picture. No? Ang layo. Sobrang layo. But, I came up with the realization. No, kanina sabi ko, the world stopped. Actually, hindi siya tumigil eh. No? Hindi siya tumigil kasi tuloy pa rin naman ang mundo eh. Now, in fact, it just so happened na kaya natin sinabing nag-stop because of what our work is. But if we were in a different work, for example, if I was a call center agent or if I were a nurse, for example, then tuloy pa rin yung work ko. No? But yeah, it didn't stop. And in fact, even people didn't stop eating or drinking. Siguro natigil. That's why the term before was disruption. So COVID actually disrupted the world, but it didn't really stop it. Um, Another realization is acceptance. Andyan na yan eh, di ba? So what are we gonna do about it? Are we just gonna be drinking? Actually, yun nga, as I was telling you guys, um, I had to deal with COVID or this pandemic by drinking, eating. Hindi pa nga ako nakakabawi ngayon. But yeah, still, you have to accept that what's in front of us. And then next is find ways to survive. Now, find ways to survive. Yeah, I've been through a lot. Actually, if you will watch the other contents on this channel, naging driver tayo for parang Lazada, Shopee, ganyan. Pinasok natin lahat, no? We sold stuff. Mamaya makikita ninyo. Isip ng racket, no? On how to survive. Kasi yun na nga eh, andyan na yan eh, no? Money is not coming in, money is going out. And of course, we have our bills, no? Hindi yan tumitigil. We have our utility bills, yung kuryente, yung tubig, no? Yung gasolina if you have car. Okay, so you have to really find ways to survive. Now, accountability. Now, at the end of the day, each of us have a responsibility on what's going on. So, of course, that goes without saying, no? Sumunod tayo kay Kim Chu, yung bawal lumabas and of course wearing the right protection and observing the right protocols. So ito nga, yan yung mga binenta natin. So I sold kamote chips and potato chips, cocktails to go and wings. So in fact, I was talagang surprised because this pandemic really taught me how to cook again, no, how to learn, how to unlearn pala how to cook yeah, and well, like I said, it's been a year and so far we're okay. Ayan, so we also did like a Christmas package, no, nag-offer kami, and then I did another cocktail to go with another company. All right. So, eto na. So, the highlight actually of last year was this channel called Toma Sessions. Matagal na talaga tong online, guys, to be honest, no. I know you know very well. Nagkataon lang kasi na we have nothing but online. But before pandemic, there was online. I was already planning to put up well, actually, itong Thomas Sessions, yung YouTube channel talaga was Oosterdam way back 2010. Pero ngayon ko lang to na-activate. We were planning to build contents na talaga because we want to expand our reach to the public, no, in terms of bartending education. Now, of course, ang daming bartending channels, but among the Philippines, tayo ang number one when it comes to being active and reaching out to students, no, like yourselves who are watching right now. And I realized, no, Toma session. So, Toma kasi, it means to drink. Now, meron tayong wrong connotation on Toma na akala natin pag Toma talaga is alcoholic drinks kaagad. But it's a general term. Coffee is a drink, di ba? Tea is a drink. Soft drinks is a drink. So, Toma is a drink. So, para when you invite your friend, oh, tara, kape tayo. Tara, milk tea tayo. So, it's like Toma. Now, session is bonding. No? So, this is like what we're doing right now. Although, we always have the option naman to, like I said, we always have the option to do Google Meet and then do a live stream or like StreamYard mamaya. Like I said, papaakyatin ko yung gustong magtanong. But I realized that more than ever, people need to be inspired. And that's why for Thomas Sessions, we have three core values: be inspired, be informed, and be involved. Now, what is be inspired? So, be inspired, basically, in Thomas Sessions, we invited some of the best or the top bartenders who have contributed a lot to the industry worldwide. So, I think this year, I'll be doing naman local kasi puro mga foreigners ang ating in-interview because during that time, everybody's available naman since it's lockdown. So the connectivity was really strong, no, at the beginning of the pandemic. Now, be informed. Of course, as a bartending channel, we'd love to give information, you know, in what's happening and how to make cocktails and how to make mocktails and how to do tea or simple syrup or garnishes and whatnot. Even if you talk about or if you watch our channel, you would learn something about Marikina, you learn something about Poblacion, you learn something about Antipolo. So it's an informative channel. Now, be involved. Be involved is being one with the community. And one way to do that is, one, to conduct competitions pa rin. So we did conduct a competition. It's called the Thomas Sessions Virtual Mixology Competition. It was very successful. We had 12 students. And then that was followed up by Team Philippines. So we hosted them with their mocktail competition. We're planning to put up another one. But we're doing individual competitions with universities that we're tied up with. And itong webinar. So this is one way we're involved. This is one way we're still connected to each other. That's why we do conduct webinars. Now, by the way, no, if you want e-certificates, no, I can give to you because we have to, but with the fee, no, mamaya pag-usapan na lang natin ni I mentioned it to Sir Jumel already, no. So just stay tuned because we are gonna discuss two topics, and this is the first one: bartending in the new normal. So yeah, so the competition for students, so Thomas Sessions virtual mixology competition. This is a tiki cocktail competition, and then ayan. So ano ba? What is bartending in the new normal? So bartending in the new normal, number one, ayan, online classes. But for online classes, like for example, kayo, di ba? So yan, I don't see your face, right? I don't see your face. I don't know if you're really listening or not. Okay? Pero let me tell this to you. The success of the online class depends on you and your teacher. Okay? Actually, it's give and take. Pero let's not use online classes as an excuse for us not being able to reach our goal. Okay? Kasi matagal nang may online eh. For example, ngayon, no? I appreciate those people who type Toma because they're listening. Now, but listening is different, or who can hear me actually. Hearing me is different from those who are listening and paying attention to what I'm saying right now. Okay? So I'm pretty sure, no, this is a challenge for everybody. Pero come to think of it, hindi siya challenging. The challenge is nasa atin. No? Hindi mahirap ang online class. In fact, madami ka pa ring matututunan sa online class if you inspire yourself to learn. Okay? Kapag inuuna natin kasi yung mga excuse na mahina yung line, etc., no, walang signal, pangit yung phone, and all these stuff, eh wala talaga tayong paroroonan, guys. Now, that is why this one is recorded on YouTube. And you can actually go back to this later on, or tomorrow, or next month. Okay? Kasi andito lang to, it's recorded. That's one of the reasons why I told Sir Jumel to have it here. Kasi naka-record na to. By the way, guys, so I was just checking. So, welcome to our 98 students. Naging 93 na lang. Please do put a thumbs up, no? Meron dito sa baba. To support our channel, and for those who haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. So hopefully you can help us reach 5,300 subscribers already. Lagi ko nga sinasabi, kung walang estudyante, walang Toma sessions, and habang may estudyante, habang may uhaw, may Toma sessions yan, guys. So please support us, no. Yan, so that's bartending in the new normal, doing online classes. So in fact, I do online classes. I still have one regular online class to do until next week. Next week, and then after that we're open. We conduct bartending classes here for supplementary or for tutorials. Just let us know or just message us. By the way, later on I'll let you, pagkatapos na tayo sa presentation, I will put a link so that you can check something, no, with regards to what do you call this, with regards to our channel. Teka, actually ngayon ko na iaano. Wait lang, ha. Okay, just to test if you guys are still listening, can you please type rum, please, rum? Can you type rum? Can you type rum? So I'd like to make a shout out muna pala kay Ira Soriano, Mariel Valencia, George Aquino Jr., Joen Almacen, Sagurit, Keegan, Naomi D, Timbahay, Coleo, Steven Tyler, Victor Gabriel Kagingin, Eunice Pexon, Compala, alright, and Carl Angelo Salinas. Okay, very good. So you can still hear me, no? Okay, so let's continue. So another one that's going on in the new normal is the inuman. The inuman, no? Well, of course, I have to applaud talaga our beverage industry, especially the liquor sector, because they find ways talaga. Parang BDO, we find ways. So what happens to people, to those who want to taste their products, and they with the brand ambassador or the distiller, they conduct classes, no. So that's really very good and very useful and very safe at the same time. Now, next, bartending in the new normal, social media presence. So, social media presence is very important. So, in fact, it's stronger than ever. Magugulat nga kayo. Ngayon, a lot of people are into into TikTok. No? Ako, we have Toma sessions TikTok. It's not actually no dancing there. No? So far, wala pa akong dancing na ginagawa. Pero what I can tell you is social media kasi, with TikTok, that's 1 minute of fame. That's 10 seconds. That's 15, 30 seconds of fame. And if you have a very good content, it will just explode. I haven't exploded yet. Although I have one video na nag-cut ako ng lime wheel. Nagulat ako, nasa 3,500 na ako. no, and that's good. At least people see it. It's really about the content and the niche, no, or the niche, or how interesting it is, or how eye-catching it is, no. And yeah, again, it's YouTube also is another thing that's really booming. Pero yun nga, the thing with, if you're gonna put a channel, you have to make sure why you're putting the channel, and you have to also check if you can sustain the channel. Kasi minsan, wag kayo magpuput up lang ng YouTube for the hype of it, kasi hindi yan magtatagal. Now, of course, if it's a hobby, then go ahead. No, there's no issue with that. But um, being a YouTuber also is a job. It's a serious job. It entails attention also. It entails improvement. So kung mapapansin nyo yung ating channel, yung frame natin, no, because I'm Filipino, obviously, so I'm working with the colors of yellow, blue, red, and white for the Philippine flag. And we're using three platforms here: StreamYard, YouTube, and OBS. So kaya we're serious in terms of the channel, no, to make sure you get your time's worth in what we're conducting. Okay, next, ready to drink cocktail. So that's still pretty much the way to go. Pero medyo humina na ang sales niyan. So that's ano, bakit? Kasi there are bars, there are establishments that can offer drinks or cocktails already, as well as wine. Okay? So yun na yung normal eh. In fact, I don't even consider it the new normal. It's the abnormal, no? Because there's really nothing normal about wearing masks and wearing face shields, but it became a norm already. It became a norm, no? Naging standard na siya for people because it's a safety protocol. Pero again, it's not new, because in other countries like China, nagsusuot naman na sila niyan. Okay? Siguro another, well, not new, but it's a weird normal for public transportation is to have like plastic covering on per passenger per seat. Pero hindi rin yan, kasi ginagawa ni manong driver na tapalodo yung plastic dun sa gilid niya for a long time already. Okay, naging mas maganda lang at mas malinis yung plastic. Now, next, bartending the new normal is investing on yourself. So, kung mapapansin nyo, a lot of really is if you look at social media, a lot of people are paying attention to wellness, to fitness, ganyan. Kaya actually, like TikTok is about, kaya maraming pumapayat sa TikTok din is because of the exercise, di ba? So yung mga sayaw-sayaw na yan, it's a good workout for them, and also there are contents about workout. So that's one way of investing on self. Now, another way of investing on self is about, well, learning more, attending this online classes, no, webinars. Now, in fact, again, as early as now, I want to promote, if you guys want a certain topic talaga that you want to discuss with me on a more detailed lesson, so feel free to message me on FB. I have a Facebook Toma Sessions page, also on Instagram, and you can actually leave a comment here in our YouTube channel. So yeah, another way of investing on self is yung when it comes to bartending, yung tools natin, no. Tools is very important because it's like the samurai of the bartender. Okay. Obviously, part of investing on yourself is when you go to an event and you have the right tools, people will be impressed. Na, uy, wow, ganda yung gamit niya. It's from Cocktail Kingdom, or it's from Urban, it's from Iconic. So those brands are actually the known brands, no, not Quiapo, no. So it's a good way of really trying to elevate your game, no, when it comes to investment. Now, next is yan, siguro as a generalization for the new normal, hospitality will never be out of style. It will only evolve. Now, ngayon, no, good news. We're already in GCQ here in Manila. So that means, I guess, drinking is a bit lenient now. Okay? So, pero, there's a danger in that kasi minsan talaga ang may kasalanan nito, tayo rin eh. No, may mga matitigas ang ulo. And then hopefully next week hindi ito mag-spike ulit. You know what I mean? Because that's the danger eh. Pag naluwagan ng konti, people will go back to their old ways and their stubbornness will again go out and how do you call this? Not observe social distancing. Although yun nga, as I said kasi, hospitality will never be out of style. Pero syempre, another at least update, some of us have been vaccinated already. I haven't been vaccinated yet, but I've been listed already. Hopefully by that time, this pandemic is really over. But there's another problem. The problem is, yes, wala ng COVID or it has been, sabihin natin, minimized, pero may trabaho na ba? Okay? So, kasi a lot of businesses closed. Not only here, but worldwide. So, alam nyo yun, even if it's people can go out already, the next problem is how many of these employers are willing to open up business again, and where do they get the money, diba? So again, it's something that we have to be aware of, no, from day to day. Now next, bartending will always be here. People eat and drink. Totoo naman yan. And that is why, even if this is online, as you can see at my back, I still practice. I still mix drinks. I actually still go out and look at what's happening. No, here in Marikina, we're actually okay. There are restaurants or technically bars with food. Well, I drink beer. I love beer, so they're open. We can drink how many beers? 2 buckets, etc. One, ganyan. That's okay. There are some bars that can serve cocktails already. So, ayan. So, it's just a matter of how many people flock to a bar, di ba? But, ayan yan. Hindi mawawala ang bartending. And that is why I give webinars like this. To make sure bartending will be alive in your eyes. And sabi nga ni Sir Fern kanina, diba, I am humbled. I don't really consider myself as an expert, but I've been in the business for 23 years already. And there are things that I've seen. I've seen it all. In terms of the Metro Manila bartending scene. And well, of course, the changes are dynamic, pero okay, the challenge with bartending or the bartender is to always be on top of their game. Hindi kasi pwedeng maging excuse na, uy, wala akong practice eh, kaya pangit yung gawa kong cocktail, kaya babagal ang serbisyo ko. That's a no-no, no, when it comes to the profession. Hindi excuse yan. So it's like, for example, I have this, no, I have a bar spoon, okay, and I have a shaker. So kahit na pandemic, I still know how to steer properly. Okay? Bakit? Kasi anytime I'm called, boom, let's go, let's do it. Diba? So ako, I don't really flair, but since I'm a bartender, okay, I can still flip a few bottles just like that. So it's about learning something new every day also. Now, ngayon, I'm working on my perfect kombucha. I'm working on perfecting my coffee liqueur. No? I'm working on my tinctures. Okay? So, parang laboratorio itong aking bahay. And in fact, by the time the school closes, I'll transfer most of the stuff here in my house. And even without TESDA, I'll still be conducting trainings. If you want to go here, Marikina, I do conduct one-on-one. I do conduct a group trainings, no? Kasi, you know, um, bartending will always be here. Okay? Now, next is, yun na nga, be consistent. Yun ang mahirap, maging consistent. Okay? Kasi nga, we always come up with excuses. Ako din, that's my problem. I have a challenge of being consistent. But as long as you're aware of that and you know what to do, then you're on the right track. Lastly, learn to be self-sufficient. Yeah, siguro dito papasok yung word na diskarte. No, papasok yung word na diskarte. But on the right side diskarte. Because sometimes people, I'm always seeing this social media thing, especially Facebook. People have a wrong connotation of the word diskarte. No? Diskarte, yeah, self-sufficient, street smart pala, smart. Pero hindi ka asa doon 100%. That street smartness has to be backed up, no, with knowledge also or information. Okay? Kasi of course if you're just going really to rely on self-sufficiency and not gonna invest on learning and stuff like that or education, then you really wouldn't reach your supposed to be full potential, you know, if you sacrifice the education part. Okay, so next tayo. Alright, so I think that's it for the new normal. Okay, for the new normal. So again, I would just like to ask you guys to like and support our channel, we're available on all these platforms. By the way, guys, before we proceed to the next topic, if you have questions, I want you to view this link. Ito, paki-view and paki-like na rin. All 93 of you. Yan. So, merong pinost si Plantita Journey. Panoorin niyo yan. That's just 1 minute. Lambing lang ng konti sa inyo ni Katomang Richie. Okay? So again, yung 93, 67 pa lang ang nagla-like. Baka naman, dagdagan natin. Thumbs up lang. Pero actually, I'm not gonna force you. If you don't have a YouTube account, okay lang. No, you can just watch. Oo nga naman pala. Baka yung iba sa inyo walang YouTube account, no? So that's okay. Actually, your YouTube account is the same as your Gmail, no? Lalagay nyo lang naman yung Gmail address ninyo. So yeah, just view this link, guys. So this is our school, no? I'm very proud of our school, and I miss my school. But of course, since we already know how to put up a school, okay lang magsara. It's well, of course, with the right investment, it's easy to put up another school. So if you can see the picture actually also at the back, yan yung mga produkto natin. Yan yung mga tinuturo natin sa mga students, no? If you notice, parang wala ka sa Pilipinas, but you're actually in Marikina. So we have about 300 bottles there. Pagka napanood nyo na yung video, pakitype CBTA. So again, for those who can hear me right now, click on the blue link there. Ito yung link ng ating, I want you to watch this video. It's very important to my heart. So, pakisuporta lang yan. That's the bartending school that we have here in Marikina. So, pagkatapos nyo dyan, can you just type CBTA? Okay, so si Bandaw, okay, Faisal, Wakal, Pulmano, Charmaine Colintas, Gumanab, Bridget, Kevin Cabigon, Payen, Awal, Ragacho, Gapas, Sofla Balahaw, Benedicto Abelanes, Baluyot, Baginay, Bangingay, Nigos, Genoa, Novida, Kalawen, Lumayong, Carrion, Toledo, Tataan, Austria, Navarro, Ampagay, Kigan, Boyoten, Ancheta, Compala, Buena, Fernandez, Laron, Gan, Felicia, Manyawag, Manyawang, Campos, Gragasin. Okay. So, sige, hintayin natin matapos. So, okay. So, now that, doon sa mga tapos na, do you have any questions? So, ito na yon. This is the new normal. Basically, to generalize tong bartending in the new normal, it's a roller coaster ride. Pero, as, well, you know, people are still hopeful. Kasi yun lang naman talaga ang ating armas eh. But it's not enough, you know, kasi kailangan pa rin maging ready tayo. Because anytime, no, anytime, baka biglang may magbukas ulit na hotel o baka may biglang magbukas, like for example, some of the ships are starting to sail already, 'di ba? So of course, kinakailangan maging handa tayo, no? In fact, even if you're still students, one of the things that you can be ready on is your passport, you know? And siguro yung seaman's book nyo if you wanna go on board. So, sige. Can you type yes kung gusto nyo nang mag-proceed tayo sa next topic, which is the wine. Ayan. Which is the wine attendant. No? Wine attendant on cruise ships. Wine service. Sorry about that. Nabura pala kanina. Yan. Wine service on cruise ships. Okay, sige. Diretso na tayo, no? So, wine service on cruise ships. So, if you remember kanina, I told you, I did work for Holland America in capacity ng isang employee at ng isang trainer. Actually, employee pareho, but wine attendant on board and trainer here on land. Okay? Now, I worked in a ship called Oosterdam. So, ayan, kitang-kita nyo, Oosterdam. Okay, so kaya ang tawag actually sa mga Holland America ships is the dam ships kasi lahat ng dulo namin ay puro dam. Oosterdam, Maasdam, Zuiderdam, Koningsdam, New Statendam, etc. etc. Now, just a little specification ng ating barko. No? Oosterdam was built 2003. It has a gross tonnage of 82,305. Ang length, width, and draft niya is 290 meters. No? With 32 and then draft is 7 meters. So guys, actually itong ship na to parang ano to eh. Siguro dalawang MOA, no? Dalawa or tatlong MOA ang haba niya. Okay? Dalawa o tatlong MOA. Now, decks. Decks is floor. So actually 11 floors. Although technically mga 14 floors yan kasi may deck A pa eh. A, B, C. Okay. Now, maximum speed, 24 knots. Passengers, 18,848. So, ang dami, di ba? Plus 800 crew. So, ilan yan? 2,648 ang capacity ng barko. Isipin mo yan, di ba? Ilang sinihan yan, guys? No? So, it's a really big ship. Pero hindi, there are bigger ships than we do. Pero during the time, in 2003, 2005, because I worked there 2005. And I was actually overwhelmed because it took me 2 months to be familiar with the directions. Ang hirap, no? That's one of the things that you have to be familiar with when you go on board, yung way around. Okay? Saan ba yung forward, saan ba yung midship, saan ba yung aft, saan ba yung gangway, saan ba yung galley, saan ba yung lido, and all these things. But we can discuss this on another topic. But because I am specifically gonna touch on the wine service or the job of a wine attendant. Now, sa barko, here are the food and drink establishments. You have the Pinnacle Grill, you have the Le Cirque. Actually, mamaya makikita nyo to, but ito yung mga dining area, the Pinnacle, the Le Cirque, the Canaletto, okay, the dining room, the Lido Marketplace, the in-room dining, okay, the gallery bar, Crow's Nest, and the Culinary Arts Center. Kasi dyan sa ating barko, meron ding mga culinary demo dyan, and it's being done in a theater-like area. Alright? Next, entertainment. So, ayan, the BB King's Blues Club. So, ayan, if you are a fan of rhythm and blues, mga jazz, yan, meron. And you have the Lincoln Center Stage. Ito yung minsan may mga acoustic, no, dyan. And then you have the casino. Literal, it's an entertainment. Of course, people play there on board, lalo na pagka naka-sail yan. And then we have the billboard on board. Yan, may piano player dyan. And then you have the Vista Show Lounge. So, dyan yung mga acrobats, singers, dancers, etc. No? So, of course, when you work on the cruise ship, this is a 24/7 business. No? In the sense that, ideally, as I was saying, minsan ang huling oras dyan is 11, no, in terms of shows. Pero the casino can actually last until like 4 in the morning as long as people have money to play, no? So kaya kailangan laging round the clock may activity sa ship, no? Although syempre pag during sleeping time talaga, of course most of the areas are closed. Okay, next. Relaxation. So if you want to relax, eto, meron mga pwedeng puntahan, the Greenhouse Spa and Salon, you have the Thermal Suite, you have the Hydro Pool, you have the Fitness Center, you have the Lido Pool, and others. No? So, ayan. And then the others includes the club hall. So, ang club hall kasi, this is where may mga babysitters or yung mga kids, no, they can hang out. Kunwari, yung mga parents may sariling lakad, so they can entrust their kids. It's a club hall. And then may shops tayo. So, of course, technically, the thing with ships is you can buy products there tax-free. So, kaya pati jewelry medyo mura as compared to on land. No? And then you have the gallery walk. Actually, yung mga photo, pwede ka magpakuha ng pictures dyan. May mga pang-art auction pa. So, yan. So, there's really plenty of things to do on board while you're on the ship. No? So, ito ako. This was me, 2005. Very, very light. I was 155 pounds at the time. Actually, naabot ko na yan 3 years ago, I think. That's my ideal body weight. So, I was a wine attendant. Kitang-kita nyo pa, nakaposing pa tayo. So, this was in the dining room. As I was mentioning, I wanted to be a wine attendant because since Filipinos tayo, we don't really have any, our ideas on wine is not that much. And I wanted to enrich my ideas on that. And that is why when the job came to me, I said, okay, let's do it. I love wines. I want to try out wines. And yeah, come on, let's go. So, ayan, actually, itong sa likod, this is from the entrance and dining room, ayan ang una nyo makikita. So, if I'm not mistaken, I was the one who decorated that because that is part of our side duty. No, kami dapat ang nag-aayos ng display like every cruise. No? So, ito kasi, for the Oosterdam, we have a 7-day cruise. No? And ang biyahe namin at the time, the first part was Mexico, the Mexican Riviera, and the other part was the Alaskan Riviera or the Alaskan cruise, or the Glacier Bay, no? All right, next tayo. Ayan, so this was my team. Actually, the thing with working on board is you parang ano yan, hop on, hop off. So pag sampa ko, kaya ako sumampa, may pinalitan ako. And then pag alis ko, may papalit sa akin. So kaya itong mga nandito, mga kasama ko dito, yung iba sa kanila pwedeng pauwi na, kasabay ko lang, or ano pa, matagal pa. So it's you really need to deal with a lot of people. No, it just so happened that with Holland America, most of all of the crew for the beverage department are Pinoys, except a few Indonesians and Europeans. But in some cruise lines, actually it's a mix. Okay? So mas maano, mas iba naman din ang iyong diversity, no, when it comes to that. But it's pretty interesting working with an all Filipino group. Some of them, I think one or two, I'm still in touch with until now. Not regularly, but I know them. And well, not surprising, but after, well, that is 2005, 2013, some of them I had as students because, as I said, I was a trainer. So from employee, I became a trainer for the Philippines dito sa Antipolo. And yeah, I still go back to what I've learned also in the ships once in a while, because during this time I was really meron pa nga akong diary niyan eh, because I wanted to take note of everything, and everything as in everything that happened or happening to me on board, so that it's a learning experience. So kung makita nyo yun nandito, no, we are gonna have like a wine and cheese tasting for the crew, no, for the wine sommeliers or the wine attendant, no, ito yung tawag sa amin. And palagay ko nag-ano lang muna, nag-picture muna, no. All right, so next. Yeah, so as a wine attendant, I was in the dining room. So I deal with a lot of guests. So I have a station. Normally ang station ko, rotation yan eh. So iikot yan. So we have the upper dining, you have the lower dining. And then ikutan yan. Normally one station would have a capacity of between 50 to 100 people. Depende. So as you can see, I'm in a group. I'm not really sure. Diyan na lang sila nagkakilala eh. So I was dealing with 3 couples there. So actually, the 2 women here are not couple. I think they're best friends. So, but it was fun, you know. They have time to be goofy, you know. You have to be yourself, but at the same time, you maintain that sense of professionalism, you know, when you deal with your guests. So, where do we work? So, kanina nakita nyo na yung pwedeng pagtrabahuhan ng wine attendant sa barko, sa loob, literally. But yeah, ito, the dining room. So, ito yung itsura ng dining room on a bigger perspective. As I was telling to you, dalawa kasi ang floor, no, ng dining room, or dalawa ng deck, the lower and the upper deck. So, it's the reason why is if we go back, yung 1,800 na guests na yan, kailangan hatiin yan. So, literally 2 floors, pero 2 seatings. So, when you say 2 seatings, we're talking of the first seating, early seating of about 5:30, mga 5:30, ganyan. And the late seating of 7 o'clock or 7:30. So, the thing with working on board is high volume eh. So, kailangan mabilis. Fast but accurate. So, in fact, yung pagpalit mo ng mesa, ng cutleries, paghugas ng baso, pag-pick up ng baso, that has to be done quickly, no? Because why? You only have 20 to 30 minutes to reset everything. And it entails a lot of teamwork, no? Of course, during the time, may mga challenges. Hindi naman lahat talaga cooperative, but eventually you have no choice but to trust each other and to work with each other, kasi minsan kasama talaga sa trabaho yan eh, you know. There's no such thing as a perfect teamwork, no. There's always gonna be some humps there, but some bumps and bruises, etc. But It's a well-functioning machine, no? Um, Bukod doon, so ibig sabihin, yung 1,800, nahahati yan sa, sabihin natin, one floor can sit 500 people, or actually 250. So, yung dalawa, 500. So, kung two seatings yan, so that's already 1,000. No? Pero, yung mga ayaw mag-dining room, dediretso sila dito. Yan. Merong mga tao na pumupunta sa Pinnacle Grill. Now, the Pinnacle Grill is the fine dining restaurant. So, ito by reservation and paid ito, hindi ito libre. Sa dining room, libre. Eat all you can. I mean, you'll be surprised, man. As in, eat all you can talaga. Pwede kang 2 round, 3 round, walang problema. Now, sa Pinnacle Grill, on the other hand, you have to pay like $10 to $20 and you have to reserve. No? May mga ano talaga dyan. Let's say you're celebrating an anniversary, you're going to propose, no? Or you don't feel like eating with other people. Gusto mo ikaw lang mag-isa. That's also good. No? So we do that here in the Pinnacle Grill. It's a very elegant dining area. That's just outside of the dining room, bandang gitna, no? And yeah, if you notice the artwork, the glass etchings there, napakaganda dyan talaga. And the seats, di ba? Look at the seats, man. It's really very elegant. I had the privilege of, like I said, when I was a trainer, I have the privilege of dining there by myself. Although sinamahan ako ng head bartender, no? So it was a feast, no? Unfortunately, yung mga pictures ko hindi ko na ma-retrieve, but that's really something that is worth reliving, no? Okay, so after the Pinnacle Grill, we do have ito na, Salido. So yung mga ayaw mag-dress up kasi the thing with the dining room and the Pinnacle Grill, you have to be dressed up there, no? Technically bawal ang tsinelas, pero meron mga pasaway, no? I do remember there was a time that may pinagbawal na pumasok dyan sa dining room na nakachinelas. Ay, ang kulit. Ang kulit ng guest, no? Syempre, policy is policy. Hindi porket nagbabayad ka, ano ka doon, ikaw lang naka-slippers doon. Salido ka kumain, no? Kasi, unang-una sa lahat, that's a dining room. It's not a buffet. It's not a smorgasbord just like this one that you're seeing. So, minsan, hindi lang Pinoy matigas ulo, pati ibang lahi din matigas ang ulo. No? Hindi sumusunod sa policy. And you know, that's one thing when you work on board. You have to be firm with your policies, but at the same time, you have to be patient with these guests. No? Kasi, ganun talaga that's what hospitality is all about. No? And yeah, so dito, smorgasbord yan or buffet, whatever you want to call it. So you can choose any food that you like, any drink that you like. They're open breakfast, lunch, and actually early dinner. And late dinner or parang pa-dessert nila. So yeah, this is one of the reasons that I can still do a talk about this. Kahit na sabihin natin I haven't been on board for like a decade already. Simply because I remember every single bit of information, no? And when I was given, kasi itong mga barko namin, once in a while they go. Actually, hindi ko na barko kasi hindi na nagtatrabaho sa kanila. But once in a while, these ships go dito sa may pier, no? So if I talk to my former boss and ask if I can come, no, pwede. So I can, you know, just to check out what's going on and maki-update kung ano bago. Because you never know, you know, like you guys reached out to me and asked me if I can do a talk about ships. Ito, this is very up to date and this is, in fact, mamaya, meron ako sasabihin sa inyo na not so good news, but then it's something that is real, no? Okay, so that's the Lido. Yan, that's another part of the Lido. And then sa labas kasi, they have a pool. So that's outdoor Lido. Or at the back, we call that the sea view. no? Wala lang akong picture noon. So, ito kasi indoor, the one at the left, and the one at the right is the outdoor. Kasi sometimes people swim and eat. So, meron din yan parang Mexican buffet dyan, as well as a bar. So, people like to hang out with their beers and their cocktails, and have fun in the sun, no, as they say. So, ayan. Um, okay, so another duty of the wine attendant is actually in the mini bar. No, sa mini bar, kung makikita nyo sa TV, sa right hand side, sa lower right, this is like the fridge. Now, trabaho ng wine attendant yan. Every morning, technically, they have to check with the housekeeper or the cabin steward to see kung kailangan mag-refill ng stock sa bar. So, ano ba laman yan? Meron dyan Coke, Sprite, Diet Coke. Meron dyan beers, meron dyan cognac, may rum, may vodka, may tequila, may energy drink, may chocolate bars, etc. So, parang sa hotel, no? If you notice, this particular cabin or stateroom has a veranda. Okay, so medyo mahal ito, no? Medyo mahal ito kasi it has a view, no? And actually baka nga suite pa ito kasi meron parang living room area, merong guest area, 'di ba? As you can see here. So, yeah, I think itong napicturean ko na to, medyo mamahalin ito at the time, no, when I was doing my rounds, no, way back 2000 and 5, as I mentioned. So, ano pa ba ang side duties ng isang wine attendant? So, wine desk. Now, wine desk basically is at the beginning of the cruise, i-display mo yung mga wine packages mo. So, normally, as a wine attendant kasi, actually, we get a minimum salary, but we earn from our commissions and our tips. No? So, syempre, mas makakatipid sa trabaho if we can sell as early as the embarkation day. Embarkation day is the first day. No? And just add on to that as the days go along. Kunwari, 7 days. Alam nyo, 7 days is pretty quick. No? Hindi mo ma-imagine, tapos na pala. Especially if you're busy. No? The only day that it's slow if it's not busy and you're not selling anything. Now, another side duty is bottle delivery. Now, minsan yan, for example, ako, no, I want to send a bottle of wine or a bottle of champagne to my mom. Kunwari, nasa barko siya, no, cruising. So, I want to surprise her. Pagdating niya sa kwarto, meron ng bote doon. No? So, the wine attendant and the bartender works together with that. Now, third is to relieve bar waiters. So, of course, they're part of the beverage team. Minsan, kung maganda yun naman yung schedule mo, maluwag yung schedule mo, and kailangan mag-break nitong isang waiter or bar waiter or bar attendant, then you relieve him for like 30 minutes, or maybe 40 minutes. That's okay, as long as it's in the schedule. Now, that's the same almost of flying. Minsan kasi may mga schedule talaga that would require you to assist or to help. Walang magbe-break pero talagang busy lang. So, they need an extra hand there. So, for example, minsan sa disco, minsan sa show, minsan saan ba? Sa Lido, no? So, ang tawag doon ay flying. Kasi para ka doon talagang paro-paro. So, you just assist there. You just make sure that everyone is attended to. Okay, so, eto, pakita ko sa inyo, what's a typical day for a wine attendant? So, normally kasi, just a 7-day cruise, it's divided into 2. At sea, ibig sabihin, nagsisail sila, then, naka-port or naka-dock sila. Okay? So, kung mapansin nyo, normally, the job starts at 9. Okay? Check the minibar, no? And then, dito sa at sea, syempre, since walang so, lunch, 11:30 to 2. Pero pwede ko makita ninyo, there's a 10 to 1.5 hour break, di ba? Pwede ka nang kumain dyan. So, I think the crew area or the crew mess is open as early as 11, maybe, no? Based on that schedule. Or actually, pwede ka mag-heavy breakfast muna. And then, sometimes, instead of eating lunch, seafarers rather sleep, 'di ba? Kasi nga busy sa gabi, no? Now, yung mapansin niyo, so 2 to 4:30, so pwedeng tulog diyan, pwedeng late lunch, pwedeng kung gusto mo mag-flying, pwede din, you know. And but the big show is really 4:30 to 10 kasi yan sa dining room ka lang dyan the whole time. So pag wine attendant, ganyan medyo sabihin natin fixed ang schedule. Now, when it comes to the port, ayan, ito na. So, 9 to 10 minibar, then free lunch. So, ano tong free lunch? Day off yan. Bakit? Sarado ang sarado ang dining room, no? Pag nakadock ka, kunwari nagdock tayo sa Mexico, sa Cozumel, the people rather would go out. Magtutour sila, di ba? Babalik sila pag paalis ng barko. Normally, the ship leaves at about 5 o'clock, 5:30. Now, sometimes when we're in Mexico, the ship leaves as late as 9 o'clock. Kaya nga minsan, sa totoo, if the ship's at port and we're in Mexico, petiks pa rin or hayahay pa rin ang buhay ng mga wine attendant until night time. Kasi, like I said, most of the guests are still out. You know, and on the flip side, kahit na hayahay, wala nga lang benta. No? Kaya, yan sa barko, really, it's weather, no? Totoo yung kasabihan na yan. No? So, but if you notice, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 6 hours, no? You can do a lot in 6 hours already. I remember when I was still working on board, I used to go out and go to the beach, no? Together with other crew members. Medyo malayo-layo siya doon kung saan yung ship. So, because I had free lunch and 6 hours is quite long. Actually, I would just spend about 3 hours or 4, and then I will use the extra 2 hours to take a nap. No, ganun ang style ko noon. But there was a time that I was almost late. No, ako yung isa sa mga huli na bumalik because naipit kami sa traffic. No, and medyo we kinda enjoyed our stay sa port, no? Meron pa nga isa, naalala ko, I was already a bartender at the time. I went to Italy. Ang port namin is Civitavecchia, so we needed to take a train. Alam ko matagal yung train that was a 2-hour train ride, something like that, papuntang Saint Pete, no. Basta sa Vatican. Yan. So nagpunta kami sa Vatican. Tapos pasyal-pasyal kami, Sistine Chapel, we had pizza, and stuff like that, wine, etc. Tapos naiwan kami ng train. So I had to wait for the new train. Pero itong train na to talagang photo finish. So kunwari, tinatawag na kami talaga, bakit wala pa kami. So apparently we were the last one, no, to get back on the ship. But it was a fun memory. And talagang kasi you have to be careful, no, pag ikaw na late. Kaya nga alam nyo guys, no, I was telling your sir kanina, no, the punctuality is really very important to be practiced kahit na online tayo. Bakit? Kasi pag dito sa barko, pag kayo late, wala kayong palusot, sibak kayo sa trabaho, automatic. Okay? The captain will not wait for you. If you decide to catch up on the next port, wala na, pirma ka na ng kontrata. You pack your bags and go back to the Philippines. Okay? So kaya very important ang pagiging punctual, guys, no? Especially when it comes to a job like this, no? Kasi hindi ka hihintayin Okay? Now sometimes in terms of the ship, minsan unpredictable 'yan. Bakit? May bagyo, no? Malakas ang alon. So sometimes the captain will decide na mag-reroute ka o mag-skip ka sa isang port. I remember during that time we skipped Casablanca. No, sa sa saan ba ito? Sa West Mediterranean, no. We skipped kasi napakalakas ng alon. So okay lang. So what happened was nandun lang kami at sea lang kami. We were just floating, Well, we gave free drinks to the guests kasi nga hindi sila nakapag-port, no? And we were busy. Pero wala tayong magagawa. That is part of the job, and that happens. Okay? So Can you type Oosterdam if narinig nyo lahat ng mga napag-aralan natin ngayon? Can you type Oosterdam? Oosterdam, that's the name of the ship. Can you type Oosterdam, please, guys? Sige, tingnan natin. All 105 of you, can you type Oosterdam? So, let me check. Sige, can you type Oosterdam? Tingnan natin, guys. Guys, ano pala ha? Subscribe tayo. With your 100 presents, actually, pwede nang umabot ng 5. Ayan, oo nga. Alright, great, great. Thank you for those who subscribed, ha? Thank you so much. So, we are now at 5,300 subscribers. Okay. Alright, so now, I think it's time to have a generalization. Now, paano ba maging wine attendant sa barko? Or, better yet, paano ba maging magaling na wine attendant sa barko? First of all, you have to have product knowledge in wines. You have to have product knowledge in beverage. Now, product knowledge in wines, papasok dito yung communication skills. Now, bakit po? Kasi, no, in terms of wines, you're dealing with different countries. Italy, Spain, you know, Italy, Spain, German, American, even Italian. Okay? Now, actually, I want to show you another video. Okay? Andali lang. Which is very important for a wine attendant. Wait lang, guys, ha? Yan. So, bago ko i-continue, okay, here, I want you to view this. Again, put a like after viewing and just make a comment, #UB. So, this is parts of a wine label. So, I want to show you different wine topics that we have for Toma sessions na pwede nyong balik-balikan if you're really interested to become a wine attendant. So, yan yung unang video. Watch it. I'll watch it with you. So, kung may commercial, guys, panoorin nyo na rin yung commercial, ha? So, ako may commercial. Sige lang. Okay, parts of a wine label. Now, this is a very interesting topic. So again, wag kalimutan po ilagyan ng thumbs up ito. Okay guys, no? Sana panoorin nyo lahat to para at least konti na lang. We need say ito. So we're already the producer of the wine. Okay? So lagyan nyo pag tapos na kayo, wine label. If you're done watching, just type wine label. Okay. So now, ito pa. Meron ako isa pang papapanoorin sa inyo. Now this time, this is how to open a bottle of wine. Last na to, then we finish this up. Ayoko din tayo lumagpas ng 6 o'clock. So this is how to open a bottle of wine. Sige, panoorin natin yan. So kanina, actually may panglimang V and that's the volume. No? Sa alcohol content, that's also important. You can tell the guest about that, whether it's a 7%, 12%, 14.5% alcohol by volume. The next video, as I said, is about how to open a bottle of wine. So sige, panoorin na muna natin yan. Sige. So how to open a bottle of wine. So pag tapos na kayo dyan, you can type wine bottle. So that's just another also important thing that you should know. Actually, I will leave that up to you guys no kung gusto ninyong panoorin yung ibang videos natin dito sa Toma Sessions with regards to wines kasi madami, no? We're continuously doing that or uploading what do you call this contents. Yan, mukhang marami nang tapos manood. Sige, type nyo lang wine bottle, guys. Sige, sana nandyan pa kayong lahat na 109, no? Okay, sige. So, okay na muna yung dalawang topics na yan. So, mamaya ibibigay ko na lang sa inyo yung isa pang link natin when it comes to wines. Pero I want to finish this slide because this is the last. So, tapos gaya nga niyan, how to be a wine attendant. So, again, you really need product knowledge in wines. Now, in fact, guys, sa TikTok ko ng Toma Sessions, you will find also a video on how to pronounce the white grape varieties and the red grape varieties. Now, apart from that, so product knowledge in beverage. So, that includes the spirits, no? Dito sa Thomas Sessions, we do have a video on product knowledge, on spirits, and on cocktails, most especially. Now, in terms of communication, kinakailangan po natin yan. Pero, that includes also having natural people skills because, of course, if you don't have good communication skills, how can you be able to express yourself with people, diba? Now, apart from that, if you have the knowledge on the beverage, the wines, the cocktails, then it's easier for you to suggest and upsell. Also, pag mayroon kayong communication skills, it will be easier for you to present a bottle. No? And if you have product knowledge on the skills, then you can pour wine, suggest, no, and effectively generate sales. So kung mapapansin niyo, konektado lahat 'yan. Now, I would tell this to you again. Hindi kailangan ng ano dito, no? Apparently you have to be practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. Okay? Of course, it's impossible to practice if you only have one wine bottle, pero the action of opening a wine bottle, you can learn through shadow practicing. Okay? So that's a skill that actually na-discuss natin yan dito sa Toma Sessions, what you call shadow practice. And that's something that I hope you guys can view also dito sa ating video or Toma Session so that you'll have an idea. Okay, so with that, I shall close this now. Then before I let you ask questions, okay, wait lang. Before I let you ask questions, can I ask everybody to type wine as fast as you can for 1 minute? type wine as fast as you can for 1 minute. Sige nga, para bago tayo matapos. Type wine as fast as you can in 1 minute. Pabilisan, padamihan, para maalala ninyo. Sige, pabilisan, paramihan. Wine, 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 wine. Wine, 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 wine. No? Pabilisan, paramihan tayo. Wine, 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 wine. Sige lang. Sige lang, sige lang. Sige lang. Okay, I want all of you typing like there's no tomorrow. Now, another. Tapos ito, tignan natin para maalala ninyo to. Okay, start typing sommelier. Sommelier. As many as you can. Correct spelling ha. Ito, sommelier. Sommelier. Kasi yan yung position nyo. Sommelier. No? Sommelier. S-O-M-M-E-L-I-E-R. Sommelier. Okay? Sommelier. Tingnan nga natin. Baka bumagal ang pagtatype. No? Bilisan natin ito. Sommelier. Sommelier. Okay? Sommelier. Alright? Ba talagang puro wine lang ah. Sige, 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 sige. Okay, I'll give you another 30 seconds. Tapos may last na ako na ipapatype sa inyo. This is also very important, no? As a wine sommelier. Type this time decanter. Decanter as fast as you can. Decanter. So I'm dictating to you keywords, no? Keywords na is important if you want to be in this profession. Okay? If you want to be in this profession. Okay? Decanter. Decanter. Alright? Sige, sige. Come on, come on. Yep, go ahead, go ahead. Okay yan, perfect, perfect. Yung iba sa inyo delayed, okay lang yan. Maririnig nyo rin ito. Sorry, decanter lang, decanter, hindi decanted. Decanter, decanter, decanter. Okay, let's raise the roof, let's raise the roof. Sige, decanter, may delay lang ng konti. Decanter, decanter, decanter. Decanter. Okay, decanter, 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 decanter. Decanter. Okay, sige, last na. So this is another tool of a wine attendant. It's called a tastevan. Tastevan. Okay, tastevan. Tastevan or the tasting cup. So actually, there's a video there. You can view it. It looks like a cup. No, tastevan. Taste vin. Taste vin. Tastevan. Tastevan or taste vin. Tastevan or taste vin. Sige, type it as fast as you can. Tastevan or taste vin. Tastevan or taste vin. Come on, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Faster, faster. Tastevan or taste vin. Tastevan or taste vin. Yan, taste vin. Sige pa. Konti na lang. Tastevan or taste vin para maalala nyo yan. Okay, so siguro another word that I'll let you type is a grape variety na pula, Merlot. Can you type Merlot, please? Merlot. Merlot, 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 Merlot. Merlot is the proper pronunciation. Merlot, Merlot, Merlot. Merlot, Merlot, Merlot. Merlot, Merlot, Merlot. Okay, Merlot, Merlot, Merlot. Merlot. Let's keep it coming. Merlot, Merlot. Merlot, Merlot, Merlot. Merlot, Merlot. 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 Yan. Sige, Merlot, Merlot, Merlot. Merlot. Okay. Sige, ngayon naman, let's do Riesling. Riesling. Puti naman tayo. Riesling. Riesling. Sige, okay lang na ma-delay. Habol na lang. Riesling. Riesling. R-I-E-S-L-I-N-G. Riesling. Riesling. Okay, R-I-E-S-L-I-N-G. Riesling. R-I-E-S-L-I-N-G. Riesling. R-I-E-S-L-I-N-G. Riesling. Okay, R-I-E-S-L-I-N-G. Riesling. R-I-E-S-L-I-N-G. Riesling. And stop. Okay. So, palakpakan nyo yung mga sarili. So, those are just some of the words that hopefully you'll remember. Pero ito pala, meron ako sasabihin sa inyo. Honestly speaking, okay? So, with this company that I told you about, itong Holland America line, unfortunately, hindi muna sila mag-hire ng wine attendant. Okay? So, that's the sad reality. Hindi muna kailangan ng wine attendant. Okay? So, ang mga inuna munang padala yata ay ang mga bar attendant at mga bartender. Okay? Na bakit ka mo? Well, siguro, baka, of course, hindi pa naman yan full capacity at 100. And in the business sense, kinakailangan mo nang magbawas talaga ng tao. So, of course, ang wine attendant, sa totoo lang, they are the least number of people sa isang team. So, let's say, sa isang team may 60 na beverage staff, di ba? 12 doon, wine attendant. Okay? So, sila ang minority. Alright? Now, but, on the other hand, hindi naman dapat panghinaan kasi unang-una dito sa Philippines, to be honest with you, malaki ngayon ang demand for wine attendants or wine sommelier. Okay? As long as you have the knowledge, you have the skill, you have the communication skills, you have the right people skills, makakahanap kayo ng trabaho when it comes to wines. Now, like I said, no, even if hindi pa oras, kasi this is the same thing naman with whatever position in the beverage department. Kagaya, kunwari kanina, kausap ko yung kaibigan ko taga Vietnam. Ang sabi niya sa akin, lockdown sila ngayon, but they'll be open in 2 months. So 2 months, kailan yun? July pa. Diba? So ibig sabihin, between now and July, you have to be, you have to be ready, you have to be prepared. So kung gusto nyo talaga maging wine attendant, gusto nyo maging wine sommelier, no? Just make yourself ready. Now, also dito, kunwari kayo nasa Baguio ngayon, di ba? Hopefully, the bars in hotels and restaurants that are offering wines would be back to normal para ma-practice ninyo ang inyong skills and how you present wine. Now, technically speaking, okay, 'di ba sa TESDA merong provide wine service, 'di ba? One of the things that they really don't tackle there is how to present the wine bottle correctly. And this video that I showed you right now is an advantage if you want to take up bartending and C2. Okay? So, again, palakasin nyo yung sarili ninyo so that, by the time that everything is back to normal, you'll be ready. Okay? Kaya nga, yun yung medyo sad news ko. Medyo laylo muna ang mga wine sommelier ngayon sa barko in terms of Holland America. As far as I know, as far as I heard. But hopefully everything will be back to normal. Baka next year, we don't know. Okay? So, now, eto na. Do you have questions? Can you type your questions now and we will address them? No? And we will address them. Actually, ganito gagawin natin. If you have questions, okay? Madami pa sa inyo nagta-type. Uy, isang tao na lang ang nagta-type ng Napaka-active ni Zen Mendoza. Okay na tayo. Ano na? Question time na. Stop na. Anybody has a question for me? I can entertain 3 questions, no? I can entertain 3 questions. Sige, tama na muna ang pag-type natin ng decanter dyan. So if you have questions for me, please feel free. Si Zen Mendoza. Okay. Okay na, Zen. Okay na. Stop na tayo. Stop na. I just need to hear questions from you guys. Meron ba? Okay na, Zen. Wag mo nang okay na tayo. Hindi ba kailangan i-flat? Ikaw na lang ang nagta-type. Any questions, guys? Wala ah. So, naintindihan ba? Kayo ba ay nag-enjoy? Before we officially end our webinar? Ito. Okay, there's a question. Sir, when it comes to judging online competitions, does flavor and drink still become a factor during judging? Or how would you approach that factor? Okay, Warren Kent Pulmano. Hindi na. It's appearance already. Okay, when it comes to online competition, it would be appearance, inspiration, and yung pinaka presentation. Okay? Appearance, communication, presentation, and yung pinaka-skills. Of course, obviously, we can't taste that anymore, no? So, yun ang medyo naiba. Dati, nung ginawa ko kasi Toma sessions, I still had taste and aroma there kasi I got reputable judges. And in doing so, pwedeng mag-visualize ng judges yung cohesiveness nung mga ingredients natin. Pero, yun nga, the problem is, para at least, hindi naman problem, but naisip ko, just to avoid na lang natin, total, hindi naman talaga realistic yung taste and aroma. So, I'll just be focusing on that. Okay, next, Joen Almacen. Sir, what do you think about robots will be the future bartender? Actually, hindi future eh. Meron na. They tried that in Royal Caribbean. Yung mga nakikita nyo kasi sa social media, guys, sa totoo lang. You have to remember this because I'm a YouTuber also, right? Yung iba dyan, kaya yung nagpapaganyan para lang dumami yung likes ninyo and in fact, even sa Facebook no? You have to remember this. Yes, it's good. Okay naman na may robot kasi nga entertainment value yan. Pero, tandaan nyo, sino nagre-refill? No? Yes, there will be robot, pero human pa rin ang naka-duty dyan para kargahan ng juice at alak yung robot. Okay? So, I don't see anything wrong really with a robot bartender sa barko. Pero kaya lang, ang challenge dyan, kung magtatagal yan. Okay? Kasi nga, unang-una, tao ang nagre-refill dyan eh. Okay? At saka may wear and tear yan. Paano kung, okay, iba-ibang bartender ang let's say, naka-duty dyan, per contract, paano kung hindi marunong yung magre-refill? Di sira ka agad si robot bartender. So, of course, we shouldn't, okay, let's accept change. Let's embrace change. There's nothing wrong with that. But I still think of course, tao pa rin. Okay? Hindi naman yan, in fact, kahit nga yung mga vendo machine sa Japan, isipin nyo, pwede ka naman talaga bumili ng alak, no, sa vendo machine. Kaya lang, sa Pilipinas, hindi pwede yan kasi malamang titirahin yung vendo machine at masisira lang yan, no. So, kaya, depende din talaga yan, no. So, yan, that's my answer to you, Joen, no. But thanks for that question kasi I'm pretty sure you've seen that in but let me tell you, Royal Caribbean, the robot bartender, matagal na. I think, if I'm not mistaken, 2012 pa yata yun. Pero yun, baka dinagdagan lang yung prototype niya, mas okay na, And that's quite all right. Okay, may tanong pa ba? Last two, sige, last two questions. Last two. Oo, may lag nga tayo kasi baka traffic sa Baguio, kaya ano, sige. Last two questions tayo. Anybody else want to ask questions? Okay. Going. Okay, sir, additional question. When it comes to making original drink ideas, are there times where you think your own style of mixing doesn't appeal to the current trends? And how do you deal with it? Uh, Actually, Warren Kent, I think ayusin natin yung train of thought mo, no? Unang-una kasi, original drink. Okay? Basically, you don't need. Okay, you have to define ano ba yung style of mixing. Kasi, generally speaking, if you're going to make uh, an original drink, there are different factors to consider. No? Unang-una, yung inspiration mo. Pangalawa, anong base ba ang gusto mo? Okay. Pangatlo, pwedeng, okay, you identify the DNA. So, for example, I'm going to make an original concoction using daiquiri as my DNA. Okay? So, rum ba yan? Okay, but can I switch it to gin? No? When it comes to style of mixing, okay, actually, I will understand that as mixing technique. Pwede ba yung shaken? Pwede bang stirred? Pwede bang thrown? Pwede bang muddle lang? Okay? Or pwedeng build lang? Okay? So, yun yun. Now, pwede din, pag talagang gusto kong mahirapan ng sarili ko, then I'm gonna use heavier techniques such as sours, such as tinctures, such as bitter, such as dehydration, such as filtration, clarification. So, yun yung ano. Now, in fact, current trends, no? Well, obviously, in terms of appealing to the, parang I don't see the connection here. Parang walang connect, Warren. You can make a cocktail based on the trend so that you'll generate sales. Yan, pwede yan. O for example, the trend, ano ba trend ngayon? Trend ngayon, dali. Okay, so trend ngayon, for example, is gin and whiskey. Okay, so a lot of people are into gin, a lot of people are into whiskey right now. So I will make a cocktail based on gin and whiskey. So, ang current trend right now is actually summer. Mainit eh. So, I'm going to make a fruity drink, no? Kunwari, panahon ngayon ng mangga, panahon ngayon ng avocado. So, I can use that. But, syempre, like I said, pwede din. Kaya nga, minsan, when you make your drink, hindi lang yan, isa lang eh. So there's a series para kumbaga para sa sundalo lagi kang ready, no? Meron kang armas. Now in terms of minsan kasi you don't really know how the people will accept the drink unless you let them taste it. No? Kaya nga if you notice, I want you to check this video of mine, El Tindero, Bacardi Legacy. Actually, itong cocktail na ginawa ko, it still evolves until now. No, in terms of the ingredients, in terms of how I present it, minsan I go back to the original. Walang iniwan yan sa margarita. A margarita can be shaken, strained, no, straight up, or blended. Pwede yan eh, tatlo. Okay? Now, as long as you have the right ingredients in the dilution, masarap pa rin. No? Now, another thing it is about making a cocktail is it's not really about current trends, but yung inspiration mo. Kaya nga, sa totoo lang, ang lagi kong payo, kung kayo'y sasali ng bartending competition, huwag kayong magpaturo sa teacher nyo na sila ang gumawa ng cocktail nyo. Okay? That is a big no for me. Others will say okay lang. For me, no. Why? Well, kung manalo kayo, you can be proud that that's your drink. Ang teacher nyo nag-guide lang. Now, when I say guide, it's just the right ratio and proportion. Sila magte-taste, pero kayo mag-iisip. Kayo gagawa. Si teacher lang titikim. Kasi yan ang that has always been what's happening in some competitions pagdating sa making drinks. No? Bato-bato sa langit. So, syempre, if you would like to call yourselves bartender in the future, you have to start now, 'di ba? And now, starting now means making your own cocktail. No? Yes, you can check the trends, but sa totoo lang, in terms of the cocktail, the trend just evolved. May ikot lang naman yan eh. So, ngayon, another trend is sustainability. Pero ano ba talaga ang sustainability? Recycling stuff, no? So for example, siguro calamansi. So from the seed or from the juice to the balat, you can still use it. Okay? So pero itong mga ganyan, you have to study kasi beverage it's science, it's chemistry. So if you just watch YouTube but without really researching it, pwede kayong makapatay ng tao, makalaso ng tao because some videos are just made for entertainment. Akala nyo totoo yun pero hindi pala yan safe, no, in the scientific way. Okay, so that's just my advice. Now dito, like in Toma sessions, what we do is just present the cocktail as it is based on the recipe. Now we add a few twists left and right based on what is in front of us. No, so ganun lang yun. It's really very straightforward when it comes to the videos that we present. Siguro in the future, we'll add more entertainment value into it. Pero for now, ako nga, like I said, I am a bartending educational channel and I will stay that way until there's still students like you guys, who are thirsty for information and knowledge. So sige, last question guys. I hope I answered your question, Warren. But that's good. At least you are interested in joining competitions. So sige, last question na po guys, kasi 6 o'clock na rin eh. I was actually surprised na hapon ng webinar natin, but then again, that's okay. I mean, late afternoon. Yep. Laban lang. If you want to be a bartender, start now. Any other questions? Any other questions? Last na lang. Okay. So, kung wala na, meron lang akong papalike sa inyo. Ito yung una. This is our Toma sessions in Facebook. Last na to, guys. Last na. Tapos yung TikTok namin. So, we really wanna get this going. So that's our Facebook. You can actually watch that later after ng session natin. This is about the bartender song that I composed for World Bartenders Day. And then this is our TikTok channel. Actually may IG pa ako pero okay na yan, no? So if you have no more questions, so I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. So si Sir Fern, baka you wanna come up again for some final message O okay na po ba tayo, sir? Sir Fern? O ako na. Pa-message na lang po. Medyo delayed ang ano natin. I think yung signal. Although yung signal ko is okay naman. Okay, anyway, sige. I won't keep you guys, no? So, again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for this webinar that you guys attended. Again, the webinar is about bartending in the new normal and wine attendant or wine service in the cruise ship. All right? So, I do hope you learned something. If you wish to have a certificate, coordinate na lang kayo with Sir Fern and Sir Jumel, no. It's may fee tayo. I'll give you my certificate with the signature para at least magamit naman ninyo yan when you apply for jobs in the future. And also please don't forget to subscribe kung hindi pa po kayo nagsusubscribe, and follow us in our other platform like ating Facebook and ating TikTok. And lastly, if you still wish to have webinars such as this, please coordinate na lang tayo with Sir Jumel and Sir Fern. Okay? So, thank you very much, guys. Again, this has been your Katoma Richie. And as we always say in Toma Sessions, be inspired, be informed, and be involved. See you on our next episode. Toma na. Bye-bye.
I feel like I fought all my life for this. This one part, this 1/3 I've always missed. No, just don't let it go. I started the fight, but now I'm losing.